Hello everyone, my name is John Imperial. I'm an architect in Anchorage, Alaska, and in this channel we talk about life, tech, and architecture. In today's video, we are going to talk about which iPad you should get. Yes, there are a lot of iPads out there, whether that's the iPad mini, the iPad 10.2, iPad Air, or the iPad Pro. So if you are an aspiring architect or a licensed professional in the market looking for an iPad, you're in the right place. So this is how this video is going to go down. First, I'm going to share to you guys my conclusion. I know some of you are here only for that portion of the video, and that's okay. I won't make you watch the whole thing. In the second part of the video, we'll go over each iPad and talk about the price, specs, and recommended use. Let's not waste any more time, let's get to it. Of course, my recommendation will depend on your use. So if you are looking at doing more media consumption, whether that's watching Netflix, YouTube, maybe looking at social media, and portability is a big thing for you, I would recommend that you get the iPad mini. However, if you want a bigger screen and the iPad mini is too small for you, I would recommend that you get the 10.2 inch iPad. Especially if you're a student or cash is a little tight, I think this is a very solid option for you. It's also now compatible with the first generation of the Apple Pencil and Smart Keyboard. If you are looking at doing a bit more creative work and maybe something that will last you a little bit longer, I would recommend that you get the iPad Air. I believe this is the sweet spot between price and value. And last but not the least, the iPad Pro. If you are planning on using your iPad mainly for professional work and it requires a lot of power, I would recommend that you get this. Whether that's photo and video editing, you want to view your 3D models, or maybe you just want the Gen 2 Apple Pencil like me. That's an acceptable reason too. It also has USB-C, which makes this very versatile. If you're only here for the conclusion, please consider liking this video and subscribing before you go. And for those of you who want more, let's continue. So the four iPads I mentioned have very different uses, but at the same time, there's a lot of overlap. Yes, ideally, the more you spend, the more value you're getting, but there's this thing called point of diminishing returns, and essentially, you don't really need to spend more in order to be able to produce more. So with that in mind, let's start with the iPad mini. The iPad mini with 32 gigs of storage retails at about $400. It has a 7.9 inch screen and you can definitely use it with one hand. It's very portable. So if you commute a lot, this will be perfect for you. The iPad mini supports the use of the Apple Pencil. I personally think that the screen is a little too small for you to do any significant work on it. Therefore, it's hard for me to recommend this for architects who are looking to maybe view drawings or markup drawings. So at the very least, I recommend that you get the 10.2 inch iPad. The iPad 10.2 inch will cost you $329 for 32 gigs of storage. If you are looking at maybe marking up drawings, looking at images, answering emails, and casual photo editing, I think you will get good value out of this. Plus, you can now pair this with the Apple Pencil and Smart Keyboard. Here are some things that you need to take note of the iPad. It is using the older A10 chip, which means it's probably going to perform a little slower than the other iPads. It has an 8 megapixel camera and an awful 1.2 front-facing camera. So if you're planning on doing some video conferencing on this, you might not look good as you actually do. Also, it doesn't have the anti-reflective coating that the other iPads have, so this could be a problem depending on your workspace. Next up, we have the iPad Air. The iPad Air will cost you $469 for 64 gigs of storage. This has a newer A12 chip, which means it will have a better performance. It has a better display, it feels better, and it makes you want to use it more. This is perfect if you're wanting to take notes, sketch, do some light photo and video editing, or even viewing your 3D model. Like I said in the conclusion, I feel like this is the sweet spot between price and value. If you compare to the 10.2 inch iPad, this is about $140 more, but you're getting double the storage, faster processor, and a more future-proof device. That's a no-brainer for me. I would really recommend this for most people. So now you're asking, if the iPad Air is so perfect, then why get the iPad Pro? And to be honest with you, you don't really need to get it. In my personal opinion, for most people, the iPad Air is the way to go. But some people would want to use the iPad Pro for several reasons. First off, let's go over the specs and the price. The iPad Pro 11 will cost you $800 for 64 gigs of storage. The iPad Pro is definitely meant for things that are power hungry. It has an A12X chip, which is reported to be 45% faster. So you can easily use this for 3D models, photo, and video editing. A lot of people are actually using this as their daily driver. It has a USB-C that you can use in many ways. The new Apple Pencil Gen 2 is awesome. You can simply attach it to the side of your iPad and it will charge. I couldn't get over the hassle of charging the Gen 1 Apple Pencil. Was it that bad? Not really. I was just drawn to this much better solution. The iPad Pro feels and looks nice, and this definitely makes me want to use my iPad more. Are those reasons enough to justify buying a more expensive iPad? Maybe, maybe not. For me, it made sense. I found a good deal online, so I pulled the trigger. And let me tell you, since then, I've been using my iPad more and more. For me, it was worth it in that sense. And since I've been trying to go paperless, this has really helped me move forward in that direction. Maybe I'll create a video and show you guys how I do that. If you're interested at all, please comment down below, Paperless Architect. So I wanted to show you guys this elaborate math problem. I'm just kidding, it's not a math problem. I hate math. The price jump from the iPad to the iPad Air is only $140, and I've already told you what you're getting. You're getting an overall better device. The price jump from the iPad Air to the iPad Pro, however, is $330. And that doesn't include the accessories, so consider that when you're deciding. So what am I saying and what am I getting at? The value that you're getting from the iPad compared to the iPad Air is huge. I really believe that the iPad Air is the way to go. You're getting better storage, processor, and it's just gonna last you a little longer. Now, the value that you're getting from the iPad Air to the iPad Pro really depends upon your use. So you really need to think about how you're going to use your iPad. Would the Gen 1 Apple Pencil stop you from using your iPad in any way? Would you value saving money more? Or are you expecting to do heavy duty work on your iPad? Are you like me and you just want that Apple Gen 2 and you like having that USB-C? Those are the things you need to think about before making a purchase. Hopefully I helped you guys determine which iPad you should get. I included some links in the description below so you can check the most current prices on these iPads. If you have any questions or maybe you need help deciding which iPad you should get, share in the comments below how you are intending on using your iPad, and I'll try my best to answer them and give you the best advice that I could. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you love it, consider subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.